Hello everyone, welcome to the online video lectures on project management course. As you know, we are in a unit 5, that is project human resource management. So there are four processes of project human resource management. That is, plan the human resource management, acquire the project team, develop the project team, and the fourth one is manage the project team. Now today's topic is nothing but the last process of the project human resource management, which is nothing but managing the project team. A process which has a responsibility of managing project team. Now in project human resource management, we do not have process in monitoring and controlling process group. As you know, in previous all knowledge areas we have this process, the last process, which is monitoring and controlling. But in this knowledge area, the human resource management, we don't have this process, that monitoring and controlling the process groups. But this process, manage the project team, tells some level of team management things, which you may think that this is near to monitoring and controlling kind of activity. Okay, so this process, that is fourth process, managing the project team, is a kind of that process, monitoring and controlling kind of activity, because in this process we talk about managing and keeping the team at performing level. Here you have to manage the team, means what? Here you have to keep the team at performing level. Okay, and if they have issues, we deal those issues in this process. Okay, like if they have the conflicts, if two people or a group of people have conflict, we manage those things here. If they have the performance issues, means somebody is not doing the work as expected from his roles and responsibility, then those kind of issues also get handled here. Means like the issues, like the conflicts also manage here, and also the performance related issues are also handled here. So from previous process, that is develop the project team, we have developed a project team. Now here in manage the project team, we make sure that this team remain productive, focused towards the project team. Hope you understand that in previous phase, that is develop the project team, we have developed the project team, and here you have to manage the team. Means what? You have to make sure that this team remain productive. Whatever team we developed in a previous process, that team should remain productive, that team should focus towards the project goal. These things we have to manage here, these things we have to handle here. Okay, now how all this happens, so let us look in the format of the input and tools and techniques and our outputs. So we need to take the few inputs from project management areas itself. Okay, we need to know the project human resource management plan. This is a first input. Okay, the second thing, this plan, actually the human resource management plan, tells us how are we going to manage the team. We have the plan how to manage the team in human resource management plan. So this is a first input. Now the second is, we also need to take the project staff management. Okay, who all got assigned to our project team while in a second process, while acquiring. So you can visualize that we are taking the outputs from previous three processes of project human resource management as an input to manage the project team, because we need to manage it. Got it? You can visualize that we are taking the output of all the previous three processes as input to this process. Okay, so the output of the previous process, that is acquire the project team, we are taken as input, that is project staff assignment. Whatever assignment, the work activity we are assigning to the project in second process, acquire the project team, that output we taken here as an input. Now We also need to take the output coming from the third process, develop the project team, which is team performance assessment. Okay, whatever we assess, do the assessment in a previous phase, that develop the project team, that output we have to taken here as an input, the team performance assessment. Now we need to know what kind of work has been done and where do we still. Okay, these things we need to understand. What kind of work we has been done. Okay, and where do we still, what is remaining. Okay, we need to know the complete project status. What it means, we need to know the project status, the complete project status. And project status comes from work performance report. This has consolidated project status. So this input is the most important input we require in managing the project team. That is work performance report, which includes the project status. Okay, from that we can understand what kind of work has been done and where do we still. From this input we can the track the project, and we can manage the project team. Also we need to take organizational process assets, we need to take the plan. Okay, these are the inputs of the managing the project team. Now what kind of tools and techniques we need to apply? So here we will go through the tools and techniques for managing the project teams. So the very first tool is observation and conversation. Okay, so observe team members at work to assess how they are performing, and ask team members how they feel about their work, means observation. So this management is done by walking around. This can be the informal or formal conversation. Okay, so we need to observe how people behaving in a project team. In this tool and technique, we need to observe how people behaving in a project team. We try to find out what kind of problem individual has related to his team performance or his own performance. Or we can observe a conversation happening between a group of individuals. So by observing these things, the conversation in a project team room, the conversation in a project team room, we can identify that are they focused towards the project goal, or they are having the conflicts among them. Get it? We have to observe the conversation, we have to observe the individuals, we have to observe that the is there any conflicts between the individuals, is there, we have to observe the performance of individuals, we have to observe the performance of team, we have to observe the conversation. And by observing this, we get the output that the conversation in a project team room, that we can identify that are they are focused towards the project goal, or they are having any conflicts among them. Okay, if we find the conflict, we need to apply the conflict management. Okay, so that is a second tool and technique, we can say that. Here I mention it in a fourth place, but I will take it as a second, because once we find the conflict, we need to apply the conflict management. The conflict management is another tool and technique we can apply to manage the conflict among team members. So there are various ways of managing the conflicts. Okay, you can visualize, in some cases we need to compromise, in some cases we need to accommodate, in some cases we need to find the root of problem and solve it. Okay, these are the various ways to manage the conflicts. We have to compromise, we can accommodate, we have to find out the root of the problem, and we have to solve it. So there are the various scenarios where we need to apply the appropriate conflict management techniques, so that we can bring the team back to the performing stage. Okay, this is a task of managing the team member, that we have to bring the team, we have to manage the team back to the performing stage. So by using there are various scenarios where we have to apply this conflict management. Okay, The third one is doing project performance appraisal. Okay, project performance appraisal means what? This is all about appraising their individuals performance, okay, for their performance. So this is an opportunity where we can talk about what kind of improvement they should do so that they can become more productive and they can also enhance their all the skills. Okay, we have to provide the timely performance feedback. We have to provide the appraisal to their individuals for their performance. If the team members hands in sloppy or late to work, then it's a task of the project manager that they should determine the reason and take the appropriate actions. Okay, and here they have the opportunity that we can talk about, that a project manager can talk about what kind of improvements that the project team should do so that they can become the more productive, the team can become the more productive, and they can enhance their all the skills. Because as a project manager, he or she has the responsibility to enhance the individual skills. As you know that in a developed project team, you know that it's a task of the project manager to enhance the individual skills, to develop the team, okay, to develop the skills in them to work together. Like that, it's here also the task of the project manager is, his responsibility is to enhance the individual skills, okay, by by giving the appraisal to their performance. Or it's a task of the project manager that they should talk to their team members and they should explain them that this is an opportunity to you, that you can talk about that what kind of improvements you should do. The project manager should talk about what kind of improvements that they should do so that the team members can become more productive and then they can enhance their all the skills. So, while doing all this as a leader, as a project manager, you need to apply your soft skills because it is all about managing individuals, managing human. So, you need to apply your individual skills, you need to apply your soft skills. So, this is a fourth tool and technique is interpersonal skill. Okay, to effectively manage the team, the interpersonal skills are very important, very essential for project manager. Okay, these are the tools and techniques for managing the project team. Now next, there are the five basic models, or we can say that the strategies for handling the conflicts. There are five strategies for doing the conflict management. Okay, the each strategy has high, medium, or low importance on two levels. Okay, there are two levels: the importance of the task or a goal which concerns for production, and the second level is the importance of the relationship between the conflicting parties which concerns for the people. So this model tells about how to do the conflict management, how can we manage the conflicts in between the people, okay, in between the parties. Okay, there are five modes or strategies, we can say that. So the importance of the these are the two levels: the importance of the task or goal and the importance of the relationship. Here you can see that the conflict handling modes. First I'll explain what are those five strategies. Okay, the first one is confrontation. Okay, so confrontation, when using this mode, the project manager face a conflict directly, and here the project manager using a problem solving approach. Okay, this approach here, uh, here the affected parties have to work through their disagreements, they have to work through their disagreements, and this approach is called as a problem solving mode. When the task and the relationships are both of the high importance, then this mode is usually the most effective. Here you can see the confrontation, which is also called as a problem solving mode. Okay, here the affected parties have to work through their disagreements. Okay, the relationship importance should be high and the task importance should be high. The compromise. Okay, as you know, the name itself says that this mode says that they are using the give and take approach. Means what? They have to compromise somewhere. Means what? They do the bargain and search for solution, and that solution brings some degree of satisfaction. Okay, they compromise. It means that solution brings some degree of satisfaction to all the parties. Okay, so this mode works best with both the task and relationships are of medium importance. Here you can see the compromise phase. The task and relationships are in a medium importance. The next is smoothing. So smoothing, here in this mode, the project manager avoids the areas of differences and emphasize the areas of agreement. They avoid the differences and they just consider the agreements. Okay, they are avoiding some things for smoothing. So this approach is also called as a accommodating. Okay, and it is best used when the relationship is of high importance and the task is of low importance. Smoothing means what? The relationship is of high importance, so they avoid some differences and they just consider the agreements because the relationship is important, and the task is of low importance. Now next is fourth one is forcing. So in this mode, they are using the win loss approach. Okay, win loss approach. Forcing means what? If the task is of high importance and the relationship is of low importance, if the task is of high importance and relationship is of low importance, this mode can be very effective. They are forcing that they should perform the task. Here you can see the forcing. The task is of high importance. It means they should do the perform. They never consider the relationship. The relationship is at low importance. The fifth one is withdrawal. Withdrawal, they are here the project manager retreat or withdraw from an actual or potential disagreement. Okay, it means they are avoiding. It is this approach is called as a avoiding. Okay, and it is normally the least desirable conflict handling mode. Also, there is a recent studies organizes that there is a sixth conflict handling mode which is called as a collaboration. Okay, so here the decision makers incorporate different viewpoints and develop commitment. Here they are develop the commitment. Even though the managers are actually not agree on the decision, but even after they have to commit or they have to follow it in the best interest of the organization. Because of the organization, the project manager should follow that, even if the project manager are not agree on the decisions. The decision maker take the decisions, they develop the commitments, and the project manager have to follow that. This is about the collaboration mode. So the project manager realized that not all the conflict is bad. The conflict produces some important results such as new ideas, better alternatives, and motivations to work harder and more collaboratively. This is about the how to do the conflict management. Now there is a general advice on managing the teams. Okay, so the advice says that the teamwork is almost always lacking within such organizations, and those organizations fail in a project, and often the present within those that succeed. If the teamwork is present within the organization, then those organizations gets succeed. Okay, so there are the five dysfunction of the teams are why the teams are not satisfied with each other, why the teams are not accurately developed. Okay, so five dysfunctions of the teams are absence of trust, fear of conflict, lack of commitment, avoidance of accountability, and inattention to results. Okay, so the general advice, using some type of scoreboard so that we can focus on the team results, which helps to eliminate the ambiguity, so everyone knows what it means to achieve the positive results. Means what? The what the another general advice is that this is that you can use the scoreboard so that uh, the scoreboard or the team members can focus on the results, and this helps them to eliminate the ambiguity between the team members, and the team members have to know that we have to achieve the positive result only, because here the organization are using the scoreboard and we have to give our best. So this is the one general advice, that you can use the scoreboard so that they can focus on the team results. Okay, the team positive results. Okay, the additional suggestions for managing team. Okay, the additional suggestion says that be patient and kind with your team. Means what? Assume that there are the best people. Okay, assume that the best about the people are best. Do not assume that your team members are lazy and careless. The next is fix the problem instead of blaming the people. Okay, you should fix the problem. It means help people work out of problems. You should help the people by focusing on behavior. The next is establish regular effective meeting. Means what? You should focus on meeting the project objectives and producing the positive results. And for that, you have to focus on the meetings. You have to establish the meetings regularly, and you have to establish the effective meeting so that you can achieve the positive results, you can meet the project objectives. Now next is, don't expect teams to work at the highest performance level right away. Okay, don't expect that the teams should work at the highest performance level at first. Okay, give them some time for teams so that they can go through the team building model, they can go through that Tuckman's team building model, they can go through that stages, that the forming, then storming. They should allow them for do the fight. There is some storm between the team members, then give them time so that they can go into the norming stage, then at the end they can at the performing level. So allow them, give them some time so that they can go through the team building model. The next is limit the size of the work teams to 3 to 7 members. Next one is plan some social activity so that it will help to the project team members, and also it also helps to the others to know each others better. So you have to plan some activities so that each member in a team can understand each other, they can know about each others. Make some social events fun, but those events or fun should not mandatory. Okay, stress team identify stress team identity. Means what? Create the traditionals that team members enjoy. Nurture team members and encourage them to help each other. Means what? You have to identify and providing the training to the people, and this will help the individuals and also the team members as a whole become the more effective. So you should nurture the team members and you should encourage them by providing some training so that it will help to the individuals for their development. The next is acknowledge the individual and group accomplishment. And the last one is take additional actions to work with virtual team members. So the actions like if it is possible, have a face to face or phone meeting at the start of the virtual project, or when introducing a virtual team members. So the screen people carefully to make sure they can work effectively in a virtual environment. Okay, try to add some additional actions like arrange some face-to-face meeting or arrange some phone meetings at the start, so that the project team members can understand each other. Okay, these are some suggestions for managing the team. Okay, so in summary, we can say that this process that manage project team is responsible for managing individual performance and making sure that the team remain focused towards project goal. Thank you.